guys, and welcome on in to another show. I'm Terry, ready to break down Wednesday's slate. I figured we'll start off the show now by doing a recap since it's just me. I can totally recap plays from the night before. So I'll start with the losers. My two premium plays on the site that I did not give out on the show both lost. So it works out that I didn't give them on the show. They both lost. The over 6.5 in San Jose, Detroit, which finished 3-2, and the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line plus 160. Sadly, they were up 3-1 heading into the third. Washington scored one, and the Avalanche were unable to get the empty net. So both those premium plays lost. Show plays that lost. Lucas Raymond, anytime goal. Minnesota Wild money line. Matthew Boldy, anytime goal. Jack Hughes, anytime goal. And unfortunately, my favorite player prop of the day, Victor Olofsson, his goal streak ended yesterday. When it comes to the winners, if you tailed me on that draw between LA and Philadelphia, once again, when they face in Philadelphia, it went to overtime. Plus 325. Timo Meier, anytime goal for the Sharks, plus 120 cashed. Kirill Kaprizov, plus 140. Anytime goal cashed. Buffalo Sabres money line, my premium play that did win on the site yesterday, plus 115 cashed. And then my best bet on yesterday's show, Colorado Avalanche in regulation, plus 115 cashed. So that's awesome. But we'll move on to today. That's the recap from yesterday. We'll move on to today, and we will start the show how we usually do, and that's taking a look at the current NHL standings. One thing that stands out to me here, Rangers and Carolina both have scored 151 goals. Both have allowed Carolina 124, 125 for the Rangers, and New Jersey's allowed 123. They've scored a bit more, 13 more goals, 164. So, but these three teams defensively and with goaltending are pretty equal in the Metropolitan. So a nice race we have going on there. The Atlantic, the Boston Bruins are just beating up on everybody. 38, 5-4 in the year. They continue on to be the best team in the NHL. Toronto and Tampa, both in their respective spots in the Atlantic Division. The wild card race, Pittsburgh and Washington both in the top wild card spots. Buffalo 3 points behind. Florida 4 points behind. So totally not out of the race there. The Islanders with 51. Once you start going behind them, though, I think that's where things start to get rough here. Detroit and Philadelphia both with 48, kind of in the mushy middle. And then you have the bottom three. Going on to the West, which I'd rather not, but we will. Dallas, Winnipeg, and now Colorado in the third spot with their win yesterday. And then in the Pacific, wide open still. Vegas, LA, Seattle. Seattle has games in hand on everybody. And surprisingly, 166 goals for, 144 against, plus 22 rating for the Kraken. Overall, goal differential. Wild card race. Edmonton and Calgary now own the top two wild card spots, and Minnesota finds themselves out of a playoff spot. 1 point behind Calgary, but they have two games in hand on Edmonton and Calgary. Nashville right behind Minnesota. St. Louis with 49. And then you go to the bottom feeders. Vancouver got their win for their head coach yesterday. Good job for them. Just looking at my recap there, I totally forgot to bet Chicago money line. So that ended up working out really well for me. I was going to wait till the last moment to get the best price, and I ended up forgetting to bet it. So that worked out well because Vancouver did beat the Blackhawks, and they completely dominated the Blackhawks. So Vancouver rightfully won that game. San Jose, Arizona, and Anaheim are the bottom of the Western Conference. We will go to today's slate, and we'll jump right into the first game here. Not a big slate in the NHL, but I like every game. It's rare that this happens. I like every game. Starting with this one, New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs. You can get New York plus 135 to plus 140. Toronto is minus 160 to minus 167. Sixes, and I see 1.5 available in this one here. Let's see if I have my write-up here, and it is over there, but that is okay. I can bring it up here on Microsoft Word because I also have it typed out here. If you just give me a second. The Rangers, they enjoy playing Toronto, and they enjoy coming to Toronto. 7-2-1. The Rangers are in their last 10 games. Toronto 3-2-1 in their last 6. Toronto won. New York Rangers won the only meeting between the teams, 3-1 earlier this year in New York. But when you look at what the Rangers have done against the Leafs, 7-3 in their last 10 trips to Toronto, 10-5 in the last 15, and they're 7-2 in the last 9 meetings against Toronto. So the Rangers play Toronto pretty well. I get it, Toronto's at home here, but the Rangers the Rangers' road record is very similar to Toronto's home record, and I just think plus 140 is too big of an underdog in this one for the Rangers. I think the Leafs are too big of favorites in this one. So I am on the Rangers at a big plus price here. I don't think they should be that big of a plus price. So I like the Rangers in this one. Crystal, hey Terry, the over in that Penguins game last night was a sweet cash. The Bruins minus 1.5 too. Never in doubt there. Yeah, that Pittsburgh game, a dream over for anyone who had the over. That game was a total dream come true. Cashed in the first period. It's rare that happens, but congrats to all the over bettors. I'm sad that I didn't get on that with everybody, but congrats to everybody. Have to take the Rangers for plus money. Leafs are a team that do me no favors. I bet them, then they lose. I don't bet them, and they win. Yeah, everyone has those teams that just seem to screw around with them a bit. But yeah, I think the Rangers are too big of underdogs in this one. So I do like the Rangers. Going on to the next game, we have the Islanders and the Ottawa Senators. So both New York teams are heading to Ontario, which is kind of interesting at the same time. New York Islanders plus 100 to plus 105. Ottawa Senators minus 120 to minus 126. Sixes right across the board in this game. Kind of like the last game that we talked about. The Islanders enjoy facing the Ottawa Senators here. I'm just bringing it up on my stats site because my write-ups are over there. The Islanders 7-1 in their last 8 trips to Ottawa. They have dominated the Senators for a long time. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. I don't have my write-ups with me. Islanders 10-1 in the last 11 meetings between the teams going back to 2018. So the Islanders have completely dominated the Ottawa Senators here. If you look at what these two teams are doing right now, they are both losing. They're both awful right now. Neither team are a team I want to back. But I am going to take the Islanders at an underdog spot here. I did do a free pick video for this on Picks and Parlays on their YouTube channel yesterday for this game. I think that the Islanders at a good plus price here, facing a team they've dominated. This is a good spot for them. It does sound like it'll be Semyon Varlamov in net for the Islanders, Cam Talbot for the Senators. Neither goalie is a goalie that I'm super excited to back, but it is what it is. If you're getting involved in this game, I think the New York Islanders as a road dog, I think they break their losing streak here against the Senators. Turnsey, welcome on in. Hey, how's it going? Your Red Wings, Turnsey. I needed the over. I needed the over. So close, yet so far away. But it's all good. Going to the next game. Carolina and Dallas. You can get Carolina minus 110 to minus 115. Dallas is minus 103 to minus 110. Sixes right across the board. I do see 5.5 available in this one. And I was on the draw yesterday. I cashed with Philadelphia and LA. And this game just screams draw. It just screams draw to me. Both these teams are playing pretty well right now. But I have to give the edge to the Carolina Hurricanes. I am on Carolina Hurricanes money line. I want to see Frederik Andersen confirmed. Since he's come back from injury, 4-0, he has not allowed more than 2 goals in either of those games. Carolina's got their offense going recently as well. Dallas, they're either winning 4-0 or they're losing. So basically, they've won their last 3 games. They're 3-2-2 in their last 7. The 3 wins were all 4-0 wins. Otherwise, they lost. So Carolina 4-2-1 in their last 7 trips to Dallas. 5 of the last 10 meetings between the teams went to overtime. I think this is a good draw spot. I'll be adding the draw, but I do like the Hurricanes here on the road. I just feel like they're the better team, and they're just playing better right now. Despite Pacioretty being injured once again. They've shown most of the season they don't really need him. He was just a bonus, but he's injured once again. We'll move on along to the next one, Columbus and Edmonton. Yes, no player props for me today. I'll throw that out there now. Been a little bit cold with the player props as of late, and just nothing stood out to me today. Some of the props I did want to play, I was priced out of as well, so no player props here. But in this game, Columbus plus 300 to plus 332. Edmonton minus 350 to minus 415. 6.5s, I see a 7. If you're wanting the spread, you got to take 2.5 with Edmonton plus money, or Columbus plus 1.5 plus money if you so choose. For me, this is an over game. I don't like the price that we're getting now, minus 130 to, if you can get that minus 125 at MGM, I like that. Minus 126 at Sports Interaction. But going past the minus 125 mark, usually that's kind of my cutoff, minus 125. But this game, there should be a ton of goals in this game. Edmonton has got their offense going. They are playing well. They've gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 7 games. Columbus has gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 8 games. Edmonton has won 6 games in a row. They've scored 4+ in all 6 games. 5-1 in the last 6 meetings against Columbus. All 5 of those games they won were all by 3 or more. So I wouldn't talk anybody off taking Edmonton minus 2.5 here. They've done it before against this Columbus team, and this Columbus team is pretty bad this year. Edmonton playing pretty well at the moment. So for me, it's over 6.5 and a lean with Edmonton minus 1.5 or minus 2.5 in this one. Going along to the final game of the night, and then we'll get to best bets. Vancouver Canucks plus 140 to plus 155. Seattle Kraken minus 165 to minus 182. 6.5s right across the board in this one. This one's interesting. I got into a little bit of not a battle with someone on Twitter, but previously a guy commented how Vancouver's absolutely dominated Seattle last year, and that it's a new Seattle team this year, and those stats don't matter. Figures, Vancouver's won both meetings and both have gone over. Vancouver 6-0 against the Kraken in their since the Kraken joined the NHL last year. All the games went over 6. 5 of the 6 games went over 6.5. 1 landed on 6. So they've been high scoring games. Canucks have come out on top. Previous history does matter. Now, eventually that streak's going to end, but to tell someone that their stats don't to say that someone's stats don't matter isn't a really a good thing in my opinion. But I am following those stats here. I think we get an over. I like the over in this game a lot. But I think the Kraken finally beat the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks did get a win yesterday, their first win for head coach Tocchet after the Bruce Boudreau situation. I was kind of hoping to see the Blackhawks win yesterday. And they had a chance, but obviously they got outplayed. Now Vancouver is on a back-to-back heading to Seattle. I think the Kraken win, but look at what their price is, minus 165 to minus 182 on the money line. I can't play that at that price. You'd obviously have to parlay it with something. But I think the way to go is to take the over in this one. I think we get quite a bit of goals in this one. So that is, I'm just typing up my best bet here, because I did not do that previously. And then we'll get to best bets. And this one, player props, I want to go to Vince Dunn, but he is expensive now. It is expensive to take him in a prop. An assist, a point. You can't bet anything singly. So the books have caught on, unfortunately, which eventually does happen. But they've caught on to Vince Dunn, probably because this is a high-scoring total as well. That is a reason for it. But we'll get to the best bets segment here. I cashed my best bet yesterday, hoping to go right back to it here. And I'm going right back to the game we just talked about. Vancouver Canucks, Seattle Kraken over 6.5, minus 120 is the best you can get for that. I think we get a lot of goals in this game. If you wanted, one thing that I did do as well is I parlayed the over in this Vancouver-Seattle game and the over in the Edmonton game. It comes up to plus 198. But I really like both overs in this one. You can find my premium plays on Picks and Parlays. The link is in the description below. I've given out my 4 hockey premium plays on the show. If you want my basketball play that is in the package as well, head over to the site. I'm second in the last 7 days. But that is today's show. Best of luck to everybody today. Tune in tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, me and Nick, for our Look Ahead show. We will look ahead to tomorrow's big NHL slate and talk about games and lines that we'll think will move in what direction. But best of luck to everybody on your bets tonight. And we'll see you again for other episodes of Getting Wild with Terry, free NHL picks. Best of luck, guys.